All right, let's take a deeper look at how we actually create a scene now that you know the basics of what they are. So, for example, if I want my students to have access, let's say, to only National Geographic for some kind of research that we're doing, I might decide to use an allowed list, which means the only websites available are those that are on a scene that I create. So, I would first select Create List. And when I select Create List, this first part here is really important to name it how you will remember what it is when you're in the middle of class. So I might just call this National Geographic Research. I don't have to have a description if I don't want to. And of course, I can go ahead and choose whatever color. That just helps me see it very quickly when I'm selecting it from a list. Then I would select the next button. And here's where I'm going to actually search for the specific website I would like to keep students on. So you can just put in some keywords. You don't have to know the whole website, and then search. And you're going to get a bunch of different choices here that you can then add to this scene. You can add more than one website to a scene. You don't have to limit it to just one. That's kind of the nice thing about scenes. So here I've got, it looks like several National Geographic sites, including their video page. I may decide that I'm going to add all of these just so they have a couple options of places they would like to go. And then once I have what I want in this scene, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Now you'll notice that National Geographic Research pops up here. And as we saw in the previous video, I could turn that scene on while I was in my classroom. So once I've started a class, I would just say add a scene, and I could choose this. Everything else will be blocked when this scene is on. The same is true over here. If I want to create a blocked website, so let's say a lot of students might be using some social media or video platforms and I want to block those. It's exactly the same idea, only now I'm choosing what I don't want them to see. So in this case, no YouTube. The next button is in the top right corner. Same idea here. I can do a search. And it also sometimes will bring up some other commonly blocked sites. So those might be something that you could add as well. On this one, I'm going to go ahead and block YouTube. And maybe some students are using Vimeo to watch videos. So maybe I'll block both of those so that they can't get to that maybe when it's during testing time or if it's a work time and I don't want them surfing for videos. Then I'll hit save. And notice now I have a list here. Now, when this says no YouTube, we added that Vimeo video as well to it. So maybe I decide that's not a great description. I can go ahead and rename it. And instead of no YouTube, I could maybe call it no video player, whatever you're going to remember. And now that is in the lower corner. So I'm going to just very quickly pop back over to my demo classroom to again show you that now these scenes, any scene I create is active. I'm going to start my demo class, which yours of course will have students. And the most important button here is over on the right-hand side. Right now I know no scene is applied, so students can actively search the web, anything that my district filter doesn't catch. If in the middle of class I decide it's time to work on a research project, I could simply click on No Scene Applied. There's that National Geographic. Nothing changes on my screen, but it would for your students, and it would take them and only allow them to be on that specific site listed. I can create scenes from here. Very similar process. It just allows you to do it during class without having to end the class. And then here you notice that I have these others as well. So good luck with scenes. It's a great way to kind of manage students and keep them on task without having to run around the room and look at their screens.